Back there now at 9:12. In Commitment 2018 today, we take you to the race for Attorney General. In the runoff, we have current AG Mike Hunter taking on political outsider and Democrat Mark Miles. Now, we'll tell you off the top here, in the name of transparency and fairness, we will have both candidates on the show with the same amount of airtime. But this morning, we do start with Mark. It's so nice to meet you, sir.
Likewise. Thank you very much.
Thank you for being here. As I just mentioned, you are the political outsider in this race. Who is Mark Miles?
Well, I am from Lawton, Oklahoma. I'm an Army brat. I spent a lot of time traveling around the country before we settled in Oklahoma, but went to high school in Lawton, went to Oklahoma State University, got a degree in economics, worked for IBM for 21 years before I went to law school. Went to law school at the University of Oklahoma, and I've been out practicing as a defense attorney and a prosecutor for the last 10 years.
What have been your main platforms in your race for AG? What have you told constituents?
Well, the primary focus is talking about protecting Oklahomans from the people or the things that would do them harm, for starters, advocating for transparency and open government, and making sure that we advocate for the public interest over special interest. And then, of course, you've got to support the rule of law, support the constitutions, and there's a social justice component to being the Attorney General, making sure that everybody's treated equally and fairly under the law.
Take me back to that sentence you just said. You said, I'm campaigning for public interest over special interests.
Yes.
What exactly do you mean by that, and what do you see as public interests here in Oklahoma?
Well, I've traveled around the state. I've been to 53 counties so far, and talking to people all over the state of Oklahoma, they're concerned about politics taking priority over the people, profits taking priority over the people, and they're concerned about the directions. So when I go to places like Oaks, Oklahoma, they're concerned about the growth of chicken farms in eastern Oklahoma and the impact on their lives from a water perspective because they're taking their water, from a pollution perspective because of the outputs of chicken farms, from an air quality perspective because of the things that get tossed out into the air. When western Oklahoma, it's the same sort of thing. We went to Fay, Oklahoma, a tiny little town in western Oklahoma. They're concerned about silica mining, the impact on their health out there, and also the impact on the water out there. And throughout northern Oklahoma, we've got the issue with earthquakes. What do we do about earthquakes? So it's just many, many things.
Listening to the people. Hopefully you make it to the last 24 counties before
Absolutely.
November 6th. And we have seen Mike Hunter in this role for a while now. You know, we've seen how he operates and how he's been AG. Why are you the best man for the job?
Well, the difference between me and my two predecessors is that I've been a practicing attorney. I've actually been in a courtroom. I've tried jury trials, both as a prosecutor and a defense attorney. I think when you look at Mike Hunter, he hasn't tried anything.
You've come out and called Hunter the consummate political insider, saying that his role in government has been based off of relationships and the people that he has known. But just to list off partial resume for him, you know, for people who might be unfamiliar: Chief Legal Advisor to Scott Pruitt, COO of American Bankers Association, member of the House of Representatives for 6 years, and was in the private practice as an energy and real estate lawyer. You think that's unfair to say about him? Do you still stand by that?
I stand by that, and I will say that as a prosecutor, it's very important, and I think a lot of people in the state of Oklahoma think it's very important for the Attorney General to have some prosecutorial experience, and Mike has none of that.
At some point, you and I were talking about this a little bit before we went live with this interview. At some point in every campaign, things turn nasty. You know, you see the terrible ads, the mudslinging marketing. We haven't really seen that from you. Why is that the case?
Well, I don't believe in that, for one. I think there's nothing wrong with arguing about what the facts are out there, but I think this campaign will be more respectful from that perspective. Also, we've got the challenges because we don't have as much money to get out there and talk about our message. But regardless, it's not my goal to go negative in this campaign.
I could be wrong in saying this, but I feel like you ask a lot of people, what does the Attorney General do? And people would say that would be the chief legal counsel or advisor to the state, but they couldn't really expand on that. Say you're elected, you know, hypothetically, where would we see you come into play for Oklahomans?
Well, for one, it's the top law enforcement job in the state. For two, you represent the state of Oklahoma in all matters before the court. Now, one of the interesting things about that is if there are agencies within the state of Oklahoma that aren't doing well or aren't doing what they should be in terms of the best interest of the people, the AG has a role because you can save a lot of money for the state of Oklahoma by correcting those problems ahead of time and forestalling or preventing lawsuits against the state of Oklahoma.
And with you being the chief legal counsel for the state, where does political party play a role in this?
Well, it shouldn't play a role. The job of Attorney General should be an apolitical position. It shouldn't matter which party the person is, and that's very important.
Would you stick around for one more segment?
Sure.
We actually had several people send questions your way.